This first class of heifer calves that we have today in our competition, 5 great individuals with tremendous dairy quality throughout. But the heifer that wins the class for me, she's a heifer with so much angularity, so much quality today. She uses that to her advantage to place over the heifer in second. She also has an advantage today. She's a little flatter down through her bone. She's a little cleaner down through her thigh today. She's also a heifer with a little more uh, angularity and depth to both her fore and rear rib today. I will grant that my heifer in second, I do prefer the loin structure. She has the strength of loin and that positioning of her thurl. But my heifer in first place today just is a heifer that just has so much dairy quality throughout and sharpness about her, and that dairy feminine look that I love to see that gives her an advantage to place over the very balanced heifer in second. The heifer in second over the heifer in third, a heifer that just uses her size, the scale to her advantage today. She uses her width of chest, that overall length of body today, that depth of rib that she has, that overall width throughout. She's a heifer that's wider in her chest. She's a heifer that's wider in her rump today, wider over her loin today, over the youngest heifer in the class that follows along in third place. The heifer in third over the heifer in fourth, as I said, the youngest heifer in the class. But she's a heifer with a great deal of balance to her today. She's a heifer that's very sharp and angular up through her front end. She's a heifer that's extremely angular in her rib structure today, and she uses that to her advantage today, that overall dairy balance that she has. She's a heifer that's more correct through her loin. She's a heifer that's more correct in her thorough positioning today over the extremely long framed black heifer that follows along in fourth place. And the heifer in fourth over the heifer in fifth, a heifer today that's quite a bit more comfortable on her feet and legs, particularly that right leg is, as you see her on the move, and when she stood up, she just stands more correctly on those rear legs today. She's also a heifer with a little more dairiness and femininity up through her front end, a little more length and extension to her neck today over an extremely deep-bodied heifer that follows along in fifth place. Congratulations to all the breeders and exhibitors and the people that prepared these animals for this video judging competition. Thank you. In this class, second class of heifers today, we have quite an easy winner to win the class for me today. A heifer I feel that just shows a tremendous amount of dairy balance and strength throughout, a lot of breed character and femininity. She's a heifer that uses her width to her advantage over the heifer in second today. But for me today, she places over this heifer in second on that overall depth and spring to her rib that she has today. She's a heifer that's tremendously wide through her loin structure today. I also give her an advantage over the heifer in second on that width of pins, that width of thurl, so that she has. But her biggest advantage today is just that mobility on her rear legs. When you view this heifer from behind, she just moves so much straighter on her rear legs today and just has that spring to her rib to give her an advantage over the long dairy heifer that follows along in second place. The heifer in second place over the heifer in third place, a heifer that when you view her out on the move, for me today, this heifer in second is quite a bit more comfortable through her loin structure today. She's also a heifer that shows me more dairy quality from end to end, more length of frame today. She's also a heifer that's flatter down through her hock, cleaner in her bone all the way through, over a heifer that follows in third with a tremendous amount of balance and strength in third place. Congratulations to all the breeders and exhibitors and the people that prepared these animals for this second class in our video judging competition. In this third class of heifers, a beautiful heifer to win the class for me today. So much dairy quality and angularity throughout. She's a heifer with so much width all the way through. And she has an advantage today over the heifer in second on that width throughout. She's a heifer that's wider in her midsection. She has more spring to her rib today. She's also a heifer for me that shows me more width through her loin structure today. And she also has an advantage today just in the way she moves on those rear legs. I also think she's a heifer more correct in the structure of her hock today. She has a flatter bone down through her hock and just has more flex in those rear legs when she's out on the move over the extremely long-bodied heifer that follows along in second. The heifer in second over the heifer in third. A heifer for me today that just is more correct in her thurl and pin positioning today, just is more level in her rump today. She's also a heifer with more length to her body today. She's got more dairy quality throughout. And again, a heifer that's more correct in the structure of her foot today. She's a deeper heeled, more correct in her foot angle today over the deep bodied angular heifer that follows along in third place. Nice group of heifers, and congratulations to the breeders and the exhibitors and the people who prepared these animals for this video competition. Thank you. In class 4 of our competition with the young cow class, for me, a cow that wins the class quite easily. She's the best uddered cow in the class, and she uses that to her advantage over the cow in second. She's a cow. My cow in first is a cow that's more correct in the positioning of her front teats. She's also a young cow that's more correct in her slope from hooks to pins today. She's also a cow that I think shows us more breed character and quality throughout. She has an advantage over the cow in second on that angularity, that sharpness to her shoulder, and that angle to her rib that she has, and that depth of body that she has to go along with her great mammary system to place over the cow in second. The cow in second over the cow in third. A cow today that's just snugger in both her fore and rear udder attachments today. I think I feel she's quite a bit higher in that rear udder attachment today. Just shows me more bloom in that mammary system today over our cow in third. Our cow in second also shows us more length of frame, more overall dairy quality throughout, an extension to her frame. She's also a cow that's more correct and stronger in her pasturing today over an extremely dairy, wet-looking cow that follows along in third place. Congratulations to all the breeders and exhibitors and the people who prepared these animals for this virtual judging competition. Thank you very much. In class 5 in our senior cow class, 3 great cows to finish our show with, cows that have stood the test of time and really have aged quite well. But for me, the cow that wins the class quite easily. This aged cow, she uses her extra calvings to her advantage today. She's the best udder in the class. She has an advantage over the cow in second on that height and width to her rear udder attachment, that quality and venation that she has in her mammary system and the shape of her udder. She's a cow that uses the shape of her forudder attachment and that positioning, size and shape of both front and rear teat to her advantage today. She's also a cow for me that has an advantage over the cow in second on that strength of loin, that angularity and dairy quality that she possesses that gives her that much more depth and openness to her frame and dairy quality that she has over the long-bodied cow that follows in second. The cow in second over the cow in third, a close placing really for me today. But for me today, the cow in second has a has an advantage in the strength of her forward attachment, particularly on that one side of her mammary system today. She's quite a bit longer and stronger in the forward attachment as it blends into the body wall today. She's also a cow that uses her tremendous length to her body to her advantage today. She's just a cow that shows me a little more angularity and dairiness throughout, and just has that, like I said, that more added strength to her forward attachment, and overall correctness to the shape of the attachments in the mammary system over a very balanced cow that follows along in third place. But 3 tremendous cows to finish off our cow program with, and congratulations again to the breeders and exhibitors and the people that prepared these animals for this video competition. Thank you. For junior champion today of our heifer class is we'll go with the winning heifer in class 2 today. Just a tremendous dairy heifer, and to follow along in reserve, we'll use the winning heifer from class 3. And my junior champion, just a heifer with so much dairy quality today. She's just angular from end to end. But for me today, she just has an advantage over my reserve champion on the way she stands on her rear legs when stood up. When you view them from behind, she just stands that much straighter on her rear legs, and she just has a little more level of comfort and desirable length of stride in her mobility when she's out on the move. But a really similar heifer to follow along for reserve, a very angular heifer. This heifer that won the class 3 class really fits that pattern of the first heifer, just on that dairiness and that quality. A tremendous pair of heifers to win our champion and reserve champion of our heifer show today of our video competition. Congratulations to the breeders and exhibitors and the people that prepared these animals. Congratulations and thank you. for Grand Champion of the cow portion of our video show competition, I'm going to go with the winning cow from the mature cow class, or the H cow, in class 5, over the winning cow from the 2-year-old class. For me today, this H cow, the 4-year-old plus winning senior cow, she's just a beautiful dairy cow, and for me she has an advantage over the 2-year-old just on that width of mammary system, that strength of forward attachment, that capacious quality mammary system that she has. And our Grand Champion also has that much more width and spring to her ribs. She's a wider bodied cow, using that maturity to her advantage today. But not to take anything away from this 2-year-old in reserve, a beautiful mammary system cow herself with lots of dairy quality, just not the maturity of our Grand Champion cow. But 2 great cows to represent this video competition. Congratulations to the breeders, exhibitors, and the people that prepared these animals for this competition. Thank you very much, and congratulations. I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all the organizers of this event, and to the participants at the schools, and the owners of these animals that prepared them and got them ready. It's a really fun opportunity to take this time and evaluate and judge your cows and give you some reasons. Certainly would love to do it, prefer to do it in person, but with everything that's going on, obviously these are some of the challenges that we have to overcome, and it's great to see your participation and desire to still take part in these events, and I congratulate you for that. I'd just like to extend again, some congratulations on the way you prepared these animals. Your effort was no different than what it would have been for a real show, a live show. I think the animals were prepared very, very well, and I want to congratulate you for that, and just tell you how amazing it was to see the enthusiasm and the preparation and the quality that went into an event like this, to be able to give us some time to have some camaraderie and look at some animals and appreciate the great cows that you get to work with. Congratulations again on organizing this. Thank you again for having me. It was a pleasure. I hope to do it maybe one day again in the future, live in Japan. But thank you for having this opportunity to do it virtually by video. Thank you very much, and all the best in 2022.